Alabama's Morning News. I'm JT. Dan Varroney joins us now, a highly regarded economic strategist, also the author of the book Rethinking Economic Growth, on the December jobs report that was released this past Friday. So, Dan, welcome back in. Thanks for being here. So what did it show?
Well, it shows that we had an okay report. We had payrolls up about 50,000 jobs, which is below the pace that's needed to absorb our population growth. The good news here is unemployment sort of came down a bit to about 4.4%. So not a bad report, but it's not a strong one. It's especially not strong for small business.
The president said it's going to be a little rough ride with this situation,
Right.
but in the long run, things are going to be better. And other economists I've spoken with have said we're going to start to see some real fruit come to bear in the president's plans in 2025's actions. It'll be all good in this year, 2026.
So here's what I would tell you. What I would tell you is that when I look at all the other economic data, so our productivity was up almost 5%. That's the highest in nearly 6 years. The cost of labor is down 1.9%. That's good for inflation. The other good news that I'll share with you is that the third quarter numbers for GDP growth, which is economic growth, were 4.3%. The Atlanta Fed is saying that fourth quarter growth of last year could be as high as 5.4%. So there are a lot of good things in the U.S. economy. I still feel as bullish about 26 as I did in our last conversation. The last thing to come back is jobs. But I'm going to tell you this, jobs will come back from the small business sector. We got a harbinger of what I hope is a good sign for small businesses. They showed a gain in jobs in the 40 to 50,000 range in December. So small businesses generate 2 of 3 private sector jobs. We need small businesses to come back. But JT, here's the bottom line of all this. I'm busy finishing an op-ed, and the op-ed is titled "The Fed's Job Isn't Finished Until Hiring Comes Back." And the bottom line is that it's the cost of money, it's the cost of capital. Regulations are coming down. The administration is rapidly unwinding them. But money's got to be less expensive than it is today in order for small businesses to invest in plants and new equipment. And the Fed meets at the end of this month. The hope is that this year, I'm hoping in the first 3 meetings, there'll be 3 25 basis point cuts for a total of 75 basis point cuts. That'll bring down the cost of capital and get small businesses very much into the game.
Well, I want to get your thoughts before I let you go. Dan, what do you think about what the Fed chair had to say last night about the DOJ launching a criminal probe?
So I honestly, JT, don't have enough information on the criminal probe. The one thing I will tell you is that it's important that the Fed maintains its independence historically. It's always been independent. I'm not quite sure what the legal issues are. My issues are with regard to the Fed is that they tend to be, there's too much of a lag. And what I mean by that is they were too late to raise rates for inflation, and they're too late on the other side to lower rates because a lot of inflation is down. Core inflation is down at 2.6 with energy and gasoline prices coming way down. I expect the CPI numbers coming out tomorrow to report more progress on inflation, and the Fed has got to move more assertively, more aggressively, and sooner on rates.
So you're with President Trump on this. Are you with the president as far as pushing it to the point of maybe replacing him where Jerome Powell says, look, I'm not going to bend based on political sides, Democrat or Republican. We need to stay independent. We are independent, and I'm going to be that way. Do you think that he makes it till May where the end of his term is?
So I think he makes it till May. The president has got a final round of interviews on Thursday in the Oval Office with his chief of staff and Treasury Secretary Bessent. He's down to 3 or 4 finalists. He'll make a decision, and I'm guessing an announcement by the end of the month. I think Powell makes it to May. And that's, again, I am totally focused on the Fed changing policy and reducing rates.
Yeah.
If they do that, that's what I am telling you, JT, the jobs will come from small business. They need lower cost of capital.
Well, 90% of America is small business, so I hope you're right on that, 100%. Dan Varroney,
99%.
99. Sorry, my bad. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you. We'll have you back.
All right. Thank you.